I think I have the best job in the world because I get to meet new people all the time, which is so much fun. And then I get to play with beautiful jewelry, and I can't think of anything that's better than that.
Don't get Catherine Ashley wrong. She clearly enjoys what she does for a living, but her job isn't all play. Building a career as a jeweler and managing a retail jewelry store takes hard work.
I've always had a basic love of jewelry. I always wanted to do something with fashion or clothing or something like that.
Carrie Plumer is an entry-level jeweler, and she's finding out exactly what it takes to be successful in this field. You're about to find out too. If you share Carrie's interest in jewelry and fashion, and you'd like to feel as good about your career as Catherine feels about hers, you should consider doing what Carrie and Catherine do. You should consider becoming a jeweler. Some jewelers create fine pieces of art. Others sell, clean, and repair fine watches, rings, and other jewelry. And depending on where they work, jewelers may perform a number of other tasks as well. But all jewelers provide a valuable community service. Jewelers acquire many of their skills on the job. That's especially true for jewelers who start out in retail.
They're constantly training you, constantly teaching you new things. Training for the different gemstones, for the different things that you would need to know it for, designing or taking in for a repair or changing a style or something like that.
Both Carrie and Catherine work for Ben Bridge Jeweler. Carrie's an entry-level jeweler. Catherine is a registered jeweler. She also is the manager of this store. Ben Bridge has grown from a single store in Seattle, Washington, to about 50 stores in 6 states. There are several stores in the Southern California area, so sales associates like Carrie are able to move around from store to store, observing and getting advice from a number of experienced jewelers, such as Catherine.
They have to feel confident enough to put a customer's ring under the microscope to inspect it, make sure that the prongs are nice and tight. So we teach them how to do that. We also teach them if they're going to show a piece of our merchandise under the microscope, which a lot of customers are interested, we have to show them how to do that properly.
I've worked in her store. It's great to work with her because she has so much experience.
The training that Carrie is receiving on the job will help her become a better sales associate. To become a manager at Ben Bridge, Carrie will need more education.
They want you to have a lot of knowledge with the products. They're very encouraging of education within jewelry.
Every company attempts to stand out in a special way, to provide a truly unique product or service. At Ben Bridge, insisting on having an exceptionally well-educated sales team in each store is one way of doing that.
A lot of people will come in, more of the educated consumers will come into our stores and ask, do you have a graduate gemologist here?
To be a good jeweler, you need to know your gems. Gemologists identify, test, and grade diamonds and colored gemstones. To receive her graduate gemologist degree, Carrie will complete a 6-month program at GIA, the Gemological Institute of America campus in Santa Monica, California.
I'll be a graduate gemologist, and actually that will go after my name, like the certification.
At the Santa Monica campus and at GIA's other campuses, students practice with a variety of gemstones in a laboratory-like setting. Students who are unable to participate in an on-campus program can earn the graduate gemologist degree by working at home and attending GIA-sponsored seminars.
It's really hands-on. A lot of instructions from the instructors, and then also actually looking at the gems. They do it very intense, whereas home study, it's more of just like at your own pace.
Ben Bridge wants our associates to know exactly what they're selling with confidence, so they encourage education. After you've been here with us for, I believe it's 6 months, they will start you into the home study program. So it's a commitment on both sides.
Catherine got her graduate gemologist degree a few years ago. Since then, she's become a registered jeweler and a certified gemologist by taking home study courses. After all, for a professional jeweler, education is an ongoing process.
Each year we take a test to keep up our AGS status, and as certified gemologists we take a written test. We do this once a year, and the reason being is that so many things change throughout the year. Different treatments are designed for different stones, different synthetics come out, so it's important for us to keep up our knowledge.
To succeed in retail, however, jewelers must do more than acquire technical knowledge. They must also develop effective sales skills.
We have to have fun and love a piece. That's what makes us happy. Not because diamond has a hardness of 10. That's not what excites a customer. So we have to use both of our expertise, which is important to the customer, but also to make it a fun experience for them.
Benbridge looks at sales a lot different than other companies that I've worked for. When a customer comes into our store, they don't like you to bring up anything about business or, what can I help you with? They want an open-ended question.
Making customers feel comfortable in this store is a priority at Benbridge. Carrie knows that perhaps the best way to do this is to demonstrate her knowledge about the company's many different product lines.
They want to know what they're buying, so they want to be talking to somebody that can talk to them about the merchandise and describe it and say why it's special, why they should have it.
Another of Carrie's responsibilities is creating and maintaining the kinds of displays that will encourage customers into the store in the first place. Carrie knows firsthand the importance of displays. Her interest in Benbridge started when an eye-catching store window display captured her attention.
What caught my eye was they had a display of tanzanite, which is a very unique stone. It looks like a cross between a sapphire, a blue, and the purple of an amethyst. And when I walked in the store, I was just so impressed the quality of the merchandise and the type of merchandise they carried.
What Carrie knows now, as an entry-level jeweler, that she didn't realize as a customer, is that successful displays don't just happen. They require a lot of planning and hard work.
When I started, there was quite a bit of information Benbridge supplies for displaying merchandise. So when you read it and you understand the concepts, like the models to follow, it just comes and you're like, okay, well, it has to go in this pattern. Or, you do variations of it, but you understand the basic ideas and it makes sense, the patterns that they use and the groupings and things like that.
Not everyone who enters a jewelry store is looking to buy something. Often the customer needs a jeweler's expertise to determine the value of a piece of jewelry or to provide a detailed description of it. This kind of information can be very important for the customer, not to mention for insurance companies and for law enforcement officials should something happen to the piece.
That we pride ourselves in doing an extremely good appraisal for our customer, a well-detailed appraisal that will hold up in court, or if that piece is found again, that we can prove it's the customer's piece. We want to service the customer in a way that if they have a problem, if a piece is stolen, for instance, or lost, that we've done an excellent job describing that piece so that we can remake that piece for them and they'll get exactly what they had before.
Within jewelry, there are a number of areas of specialization, including buying and gem cutting. Like Catherine, however, Carrie plans to specialize in appraisal.
I want to keep learning about the gems and jewelry and eventually work into appraising. I thought, well, appraising sounds really neat because it's really bringing a lot of things together. A lot of knowledge about merchandise and about gems and value and history.
You've seen that becoming a sales associate in a jewelry store is a good way to begin building a career in the jewelry business. You may be wondering what qualities or characteristics jewelry store owners and managers look for in potential sales associates. Obviously, you need to demonstrate an ability to work with the public.
You have to make a friend with the customer. When you greet them, you want to say something different, something that sparks their interest, not how you're doing today.
Anyone who wants to be hired as a sales associate in a jewelry store also must demonstrate trustworthiness and an ability to follow store procedures, especially security procedures.
They're very selective and they do a lot of interviewing. They have you talk to quite a few different people in the company. They have a trust with you, so they want to make sure they know who they're hiring.
If you think you'd like the kind of work you've seen Catherine and Carrie doing, if you'd like to earn your living as a jeweler, it's never too early to start preparing. In school, you can concentrate on math and science classes, especially geometry, chemistry, and physics. You might also apply for summer or part-time positions as a clerk in a jewelry store. And if you think you'd like working with jewelry, but would rather work behind the scenes, not so much with the customers, you might consider becoming a jewelry designer or a jewelry repairer. Specialized training in these areas is also available through GIA and other technical schools. But finally, if you're not sure the jewelry industry is right for you, explore other programs in the Enter Here series. You won't know what you want to do until you find the career that catches your eye.